What is going on, everybody? I am Spencer Tillis, and this, of course, is the Delmarva Sports Insider. Coming up in just a bit in today's episode, the defending state champs put their perfect record on the line as Smyrna took on Dover. We'll show you how they did. And in boys soccer action, the season is heating up as well here on the shore. Parkside was at home this week in a big Bayside South showdown. They were taking on Stephen Decatur with all types of implications. We'll show you who got the win over there. And it is time for some October baseball. The Orioles are trying to make a late playoff push right here with just a couple games left in the regular season. We'll be joined by Dan Clark to talk about their chances. Now, in case you didn't know, we've been having all types of postponements, dealing with all this rain, and that meant we had a lot of games going on, which is why it's just me in-house right now. We have a bunch of people out there at games that are going on today. We hope to actually have a live update from the battle for Georgetown as Sussex Tech squares off against Sussex Central. We have Trey over there. Hope to be joined by him here in just a few minutes. But we did manage to get a couple games in this week, including some important ones, including, as you just saw, Smyrna. They were in a huge action today, or rather last night, I should say, as they were squaring off against Dover. And I tell you what, those Eagles, they're one of the best teams in the state, one of the best teams on the East Coast for a reason, as you see right here. They came out ready to go early on in that game, and it was all about their defense. They're going to have an opportunity right here. It looks like the Senators got something going, but that play gets blown up in the backfield right there as Joshua Hutchinson blows it up. Senators eventually would get going, though. Jordan McGee, just a sophomore at QB right there, finds Dwight Wilson on the slant route. That's good for 6, but it was pretty much all Eagles after that. And then check this out. Will Knight is a running back. He was in at quarterback on Wildcat, and he finds Desmond Wilson rumbling, stumbling, bumbling. The big fella moves the chains right there. And then this is pretty much what everybody knows Will Knight to do with it. Look at that run. Sheds 3 tacklers, goes in for the score, keeps his legs moving. And then shortly after that, he can also do this. Nolan Henderson avoids the rush, and then the UD product throws this thing deep down the field, and look at the catch over the DB right there. Now he fumbles at the goal line, but Knight able to recover it in the end zone. That is still good for 6. Those Eagles, they're still undefeated. 60-13 the final over there. And then Duo was in action last night, taking on Cambridge. The Warriors would actually take the early lead in this thing. Kelly Reagan drops back to pass, finds Daquan Bailey right there in the flats, makes a man miss, and then he takes it upfield 50 yards to the house. But back come the Vikings. It's Tyler Harding back to pass. He finds C.J. Brummel, normally a running back, but shows he has the ability to catch the ball as well. We are all tied up. Cambridge back in this thing, and then Nandua looking to answer. It's Reagan again. Play action so good it fooled our cameraman, and he finds his man Chris Locklear right there. Warriors back out in front, and then CSD was like, we had about enough of this. Goal line handoff to Trey Lake, takes it in for the score. Very next possession, it's Brummel again. I told you he can take the ball out of the backfield, shows it right there. Another one showing off the burners, in for the score. They scored 65 straight points. 65, that is incredible. Lake had 5 touchdowns in the game. Second straight week that he has done that. Cambridge gets the win, 72-14 the final over there. And Cape Henlopen was squaring off against Polytech last night. The Vikings getting the action started early on. Rasheed Woods takes the handoff, finds a crease, dusts him for Prince. He was not touched. That young man takes it all the way 60 yards to the house, good for 6. After the Vikings would block a punt, they would stretch their lead to 2 scores after Woods again between the tackles. Last time was on the outside. This time it's up the middle, showing he is a complete back right there. And I tell you what, the Panthers doing all they could to try and get back in this thing. Vincent Tassione is going to find Ben Morphus right there. A good pickup, moves the chains, but that was basically all they could do as Cape just kept on coming. Robert Neal this time gets the run on the outside, makes a man miss, in for the touchdown right there. The Vikings, they're going to earn a win, 37-0 your final. As for Milford, they were in a game last night against Conrad. Well, it wasn't a game for very long because the Bucks were rolling. William Kimmel rolls out, finds David Bowman right there on the screen pass. All kinds of blockers right there. They had a screen pass going last night. 78 yards, in for the score. Home team looking good. Redskins now looking for the answer. It's Lawrence Brown on the handoff. He finds Pater from about 6 yards out, and we thought we might have a game on our hands, but Milford, well, they're undefeated on the year as well. Kimmel does it again. Screen to Breon Murray, normally a basketball player. Well, he looks like he can run that ball as well. Moves it all the way up to the 25, and then shortly after that, Dominique Covington, well, he's going to get a handoff and punch it in from just a couple yards out. Those Bucks, like I said, undefeated. A lot of people sleeping on them right now. 42-13 your final over there. And this game actually happened today. Kent County taking on Easton, and early on the home team trying to celebrate homecoming in a big way. Takaya Chalk right there, 56 yards on the counter play, takes it all the way in for the score. But back comes the road team. After they blocked a punt, it's Mason led for the quarterback on a keeper, takes it in from just a yard out, and all of a sudden they would go out in front by a point. Not for long. Here come the Trojans. Marquand Green, you've probably heard him before. He is some kind of player. A yard out again as the home team would take the lead into the half. Just before the end of the third quarter, though, Dempsey Cradle blocks that punt, picks it up, and he's going to take that thing in the other way for the go-ahead touchdown. And then this was the play that iced it in the fourth quarter. Tay Bailey comes up with the interception on the screen pass, goes the other way for the pick six. Now Kent County did get a touchdown late. They got within 2 and had a chance with a couple seconds left. But Easton's defense and their special teams, of all things, closed that thing out 22-20 the final. All right, well, it's time for a quick commercial break, but coming up next, we still have a couple of other football games that we got to get to, including Colonel Richardson, who is scoring off against Arcadia this afternoon. We'll have those highlights to come.
Hi, I'm Mikey Monroe, and I play for Queen Anne's County football. I'm a free safety and a running back, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.